What's up, ladies and gents? This is Mike Headley, host of the Headley Group Real Estate Show. The podcast was designed to show business professionals who happens to have a license to sell real estate how you can make money outside of just selling a piece of property. We are talking to entrepreneurs that's making things happen. Continue to tune in. Hey, ladies and gents, this is Mike Headley. We are back. Another great episode in the Headley Group Real Estate Show. Before I introduce this brother here, one thing, we are full transparent. We are, like I said, keep everything above and beyond on the table. Met this brother right here in line at Invest Fest, where it was crazy. And we actually stood in line for close to 45 minutes to an hour because it was just bananas out there. But without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Varney Jallah.
Yes, sir.
With Total Structures Credit, and again, I'll keep messing the brother name up. But brother, thank you for being on the show.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for having me, man.
Oh man, listen, brother. One thing, like I said, we met you in line, and we got to talking, and the brother said he said I do credit, I help with credit repair help, and also the brother used to have his license, which we're gonna talk about that.
Correct.
So. Let's dive into this credit thing and see exactly the benefits for the viewers. Now, like I said, I don't want to over talk, but in terms of, you tell us, what is that core demographics that you cater to, and why is it so important?
Awesome. Again, so Mark, thank you so much for having me, man. My name is Varney Jallah. I'm the founder, owner of Total Structure Solutions. Simply what we focus on is just individuals that's looking to purchase a home, that's trying to purchase a home, but they simply have some hurdles when it comes down to their credit issues. So the first thing we usually do is we'll do a credit analysis. And during that credit analysis, we're looking at the credit report, and we're pinpointing different things that they can do to get their scores so they can qualify for a mortgage. Mm-hmm. Okay. And during that consultation, I'll map out, I'm full transparent with everything. So during that consultation, I'll tell them exactly what they have to do. Okay. So I would hate for them to be in my program, then 2 or 3 months in, I'm saying, hey, Mark, you got to do this. Now you're looking at me like, yo, brother, why didn't you tell me this up front? So I give you a complete game plan, details, exactly what you have to do. And in that way, if you feel as though, yes, I'm comfortable with doing this, we move forward. If not, then I say, hey, it's going to be a waste of money. And we also have a DIY academy as well. So if you simply say, hey, you know what, the one-on-one side is too expensive for me, or I feel as though I can do this on my own, we simply have a DIY academy where you just log in, and we'll simply take you step by step and pinpoint different things that you'll have to do. As far as generating the letters, we give you our exact letters that we're using, and you'll simply just go ahead and just do everything at your own pace. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I got to get on you a little bit here, bro.
Go ahead.
Like, how you gonna forget my name? My name is Mike, not Mark.
Oh my goodness. Mike, don't kill me.
It's cool, man.
No.
I said, I'm gonna let him finish that first question, then I'm gonna go in on it. But it's fine. It's fine. Uh-huh. So now you mentioned buyers. Now, is this for particularly people who are, I guess, interested into a mortgage, or what about people who just want to get their credit prepared?
It's actually for everyone, but I just know my majority of my clients that comes through my program is simply their goal is to purchase a home. But again, I also have individuals that come in like, hey, I want to purchase a new vehicle. So we cater to them as well. We also cater to small business owners as well. So some small business owners will come through saying, hey, I want to build business credit. That's another avenue that another program that we offer too, is as far as helping small business owner build their business credit. And we also have an exclusive program strictly for realtors, man. I don't charge them for this. It's simply for realtors. And the reason why I created this program, Mike, is simply, I used to be a realtor. And when I started off, I was using my personal money. I was using my personal credit. And as a new realtor starting off, it can be very expensive. You're paying your MLS dues, you're paying your NAR dues, you're paying your office fees on a monthly basis. If you don't have any transactions coming in, it can start to take a toll on you. And I feel as though a lot of realtors don't make it in the business because they simply run out of money. Right? So I put this program together, a business program strictly for our realtors, and I don't charge you guys for it. Simply, it's designed to simply just help you build out your business credit. And with business credit, you get access to 60 to 80,000 in capital that you can use for your business. And they simply walk you through it and show you how to structure your business. So now you're running your business as an official business. Now you don't have to worry about any commingling where you have, you simply, a lot of realtors, again, I'm guilty of it. I did this myself. Once I started getting those commission checks coming in, everything was going into my personal name and everything was going into my personal name. But once you establish that LLC, you're separating the two. So now if somebody do come after you, you don't have to worry about anybody coming after your personal assets, and you don't have to worry about any commingling. So I have a strict program where I map it out. Hey, this is how you get your LLC. This is how you register your business. This is how you build your business credit score up. This is how you can get funded.
Okay. So let's peel that back a little bit.
Okay.
Robert comes to you, or Lisa, and just got they've been licensed just a little bit, sold a few houses, and now they're making money. And like you said, we don't want to tap back into our personal. Walk me through that. And like I said, not too in depth, but I give you a call. I want to work with credit. What does that look like?
Got it. Now, working with business credit or just regular credit?
Well, what do you recommend? Again, you just said a minute ago, you don't want them to use too much of their capital. Should they go business or personal?
Perfect. And this is their agent, right? We're talking about?
Yes, it's an agent, correct.
Perfect. So if you come to me, you simply say, hey, I'm an agent, I'm a new agent, and I'm starting off, I want to go ahead and build my business credit. Mm-hmm. So the first thing we'll do is simply, again, this is more like an online course where you self-paced, you can do it at your own pace. I'll explain the process to you, right?
Okay.
And before anybody joins into that, I like to do an onboarding call with them to simply explain the process, right? To simply know what to expect.
Okay.
So during that onboarding call, I'm explaining the process. I'm explaining how the online course will work. So the first thing they would do is simply, they will have to get their EIN number. Okay. And before they even do that, I usually will ask them, because some brokerage firm won't allow you to have your commission paid out to an LLC. There's always a way around that. So you create the LLC, you just do a DBA, doing business as your name. And then that way they can still pay you the commission in your name, but you can still transfer into the business. Okay. So the first step would be, I would explain the process to them, find out what exactly they're looking for. And then from there, I'll walk them through the academy online where they can do it themselves. And then that way, we also have a community too, is where I usually go live in that community, and I'll simply just be able to answer those questions for those individuals. So to answer your question, Mike, the first thing I would do is simply, I'll just find out what exactly their goals, what they're trying to do, and I'll explain the online academy process to them. And then that way, if they feel comfortable, hey, I want to move forward with it, we'll simply get them up and running.
Okay, great response. Okay, well, what do you say to a person where life happens, shit happens, credit's in the toilet, right? But now they're getting back on track. Does it have to be a certain score for you to start working with them, or it doesn't matter?
Great question, Mike. Yeah, so your scores, it has to be a certain score for you to be able to get funded, right?
Get funding, gotcha.
In order for you to start getting the working capital, everything that you need, you can always build up your business credit score without a good personal credit score. And that's another thing too, is I want you guys to, again, I'm pretty sure you've probably seen a bunch of these business credit gurus popping up and everything. And there's a lot of myths out there too, and this is what they don't tell everyone, right? So there's a lot of myths. A lot of them will simply come back and say, hey, you know what, you can build business credit without having any personal guarantee, or you don't have to have a good credit score to build business credit. That is absolutely true. But the whole point of you building business credit, right, is simply for you to be able to get access to those funds if you need them, correct? Right? Okay. So, but once it's time for you to get access to those funds, right, if your personal credit score is not good, the bank is going to ask you, hey, Mike, show me your last 2 years worth of tax return. Most small business owners starting off don't have that.
Correct.
All right. Or they'll simply say, hey, Mike, show me your P&L statement. Show me you have revenue coming in. And most small business owners don't have that starting off. So I usually encourage them, hey, leverage your personal credit. Okay. Everything's going to be strictly under your business credit, but leverage your personal credit where you can co-sign for the funds and be able to co-sign for you to be able to get access to those funds. Wow.
It just literally, like I said, that was a great education point there. A person's a little seasoned, right? They're making money. P&Ls is looking good. Credit scores is looking good. I'm tired of using the profits from the business. I now want to get some of this working capital. What does that profile look like?
Hey guys, thank you for watching our show. We're going to interrupt you real quickly. We are in the business of referrals. If you know someone looking to buy or sell, residential or commercial, here in the North Carolina area, refer us. We really appreciate that.
That profile is actually, it's actually easier because now, so now if you've been in business for, a few years, you have P&Ls, you have everything, now the bank will feel comfortable lending you that money. Okay, so now you can walk into the bank, show them, hey, I have my tax return, I have my P&L, here's my balance sheets, and my business is already structured, I have revenue coming in. The bank will feel comfortable lending that capital to you.
And from your experiences, does it a certain credit score, right? Is it the business credit they're really looking at, or the personal as well?
No, they're looking at both. They're looking at both.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're looking at both. And as long as I usually tell, clients, make sure your credit score at least is 680, right? Yeah. So it's usually, to answer your question, 680 and up.
Okay. So if they or yourself are actually reviewing the credit report, is there certain derogatories? It's like, oh, that's like a foreclosure or bankruptcy. What exactly is a deal killer, or what can be improved on?
Great question. So it all varies from bank to bank. You have some banks that will say, hey, you have too many inquiries, right? That you can have a 740 credit score, but you have too many inquiries. That can be a deal breaker. You have some banks that will say, hey, you have this collection account, but since you paid it off, they won't count that against you. You might have some that say, hey, you have a bankruptcy on here, but it's been 3 years, but they won't count that against you. So it varies from bank to bank.
What would you tell someone who are okay? They're up and running, and like you said, they've been using all their working capital, but the credit piece of it is that they're saying, I don't want to use my credit. I want to use all. I feel as though that the credit will hurt me because that's more money out of my profits I'm paying back out. So I'd rather keep all of my money myself, right? But I need this working capital. My point in saying is that speak to the audience of how important this is without using your own money.
Got it. Okay, so now when you say the credit, we're simply just talking about you having access to the liquid cash. Right?
Correct.
Got it. Yeah. So this is actually very, 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 very important, Mike. And everybody that's listening is actually, you can actually help you grow your business 10 times faster. So just imagine someone simply saying, hey, I have 80,000 or I have 100,000 that I'm going to lend you for you to be able to grow your business. How much farther will you be able to get with that extra capital? I'm pretty sure you can probably hire more staff. You can probably get more inventory if we're on a real estate show here. So you can probably be able to get more properties, right?
Exactly.
So you can probably be able to get more investment properties. You can probably be able to invest more into those properties as far as construction too. Going into these properties, buying these properties, doing your flip and flip, and being able to hire a construction team to be able to do that. So it's very, very important as a business owner. It's very, very important on the business side of it to be able to have access to that capital.
And is there a limitation on the use of the money? What am I using it for? The use of the credit? Does it have to be used for a particular thing?
Nope, not at all. Yeah, okay. No. So unless you're going to the bank telling them, hey, I need this capital to be able to do renovations, right? So there are different type of loans, right, which is not my field with that. So I can't really speak too much on that. But if you're going in there and say, hey, I need this specific loan to do renovations, then you might have some restrictions on it. But if you simply just go in there and just get in business funding, right? There's no restrictions on the funding. If you tell them, hey, I'm using this as working capital for my business.
Got you. Okay. And you said minimum score you prefer 680. 680. Okay. All right. So let's do a little rewind, peel onions back a little bit. Let's talk about Varney. You just mentioned you had a real estate license, brother. Yeah. What shifted you to get into this field, and versus used to having a real estate license? Let's talk about that.
Great. So my background, Mike, is I started my career in the financial industry. So I worked at one of the top Wall Street firms for 10 years.
Okay.
And after that, my wife is active military. So every few years we have to move. So every 2 years we have to move. So our first military move was to Texas. And then from there, I said, hey, while I was in corporate, I was actually fixing credit on the side because again, that's something that I learned while I was in corporate. And so I started helping friends and family out. So I was doing that on the side. So once we did our first military move, and I realized every 2 years I'm gonna have to be doing this, I said, hey, you know what? Let me start my own consulting firm. So I went ahead and started my own consulting firm. And like I said, the bulk of my clients that I'm working with, 90% of them is simply looking to buy a home. So I said, why not get my real estate license? So while I was in Texas, I went ahead and got my real estate license. And after we moved from Texas, which is something that I regret, is simply let my license expire, right? The credit repair business kicked off. I was like, you know what, I'm good. But now on a monthly basis, I'm referring anywhere between 5 to 10 clients a month. And I'm kind of like,
is that throughout the country or just only in Texas?
Throughout the country.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I had clients all over.
Okay.
So I be referring clients to New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio. So I have clients all over. So then again, I simply, I partner up with the realtors and I simply just, refer them to business.
Got you. So how does that work? And again, I'm getting by in trouble here. But how does that work by you not having a license? And what is it? How do they take care of you?
Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm actually, by the end of the year, I want to get my license back. I want to get my license back because I realize I'm missing out on a good chunk of the referral business, right? So I'm saying, hey, you know what? That can be another stream of income. And, I can get my license back, and that way I can just simply refer these clients off and be able to get my percentage.
Okay. Speak to, you brought it up a second ago. And again, anytime there's a whole bunch of positivity, here comes the BS, right? Of negativity. Speak to the people who do credit in terms of yourself ethically, by the book, transparency, versus the other side who wants to sell you a course and give you partial of the information, right?
Got it.
Forewarn people, tax people, what are the signs, indicators to say, stay away from that?
Great question, man. And me and you both know when it comes down to the credit repair industry, there's definitely a stigma on there. So with my company, what I do is I offer a money back guarantee, right? So I have a warranty on my program. I simply let them know, hey, me and you work together for usually 6 months. We work together 6 months. You don't see any improvement in your scores. Here's your warranty. I'll give you a full refund, right? So some red flags you guys should look out for is someone is guaranteeing results. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. If someone's telling you, I guarantee you I can get this off your report, that's another red flag, right? If someone is actually encouraging you to get some trade lines, right? Where they're selling you trade lines, that's another red flag. And I'm pretty sure you might have the trade line warriors in the comments that's probably gonna destroy me for this. But I mean, I'm not a fan of it. And I feel as though when it comes down to trade lines, more like a Band-Aid, right? Your scores will go up, right? Your scores will go up, but once that trade line's removed, your score's going right back down. Okay, so I think those are some of the red flags you should look out for. Someone's guaranteeing you results, and someone telling you, another one is called a credit sweep, right? So another one's called a credit sweep. So they're simply coming in to ask you to get a fake police report. That's another red flag. Wow. They're coming in and saying, hey, Mike, I need to get a police report so I can get this off your report.
That's like fraud, isn't it?
Yeah, so simply, exactly. So simply what they're doing is they're submitting a complaint saying, hey, I never opened up these accounts. Someone opened it up under my identity, right? And now that will usually fall off the report. So those are some red flags you look for. If they're telling you, hey, you gotta get a police report, and that's a red flag. They're telling you, hey, we guarantee we can get these off the report, that's a red flag. And if they guarantee a result, that's also a red flag. And that's usually what I go through my consultation. I let them know up front, like, hey, what we use is the FCRA law. If you guys get a chance, look that up. The FCRA law simply states everything on your credit report has to report 100% accurately, verifiable, and accurately and verifiable, right? So in my letters, I'm simply stating these laws. And if the credit bureaus come back and verify these information, then that's my way in to get it removed. So there's no secret about what I do with my dispute process. That's simply the method that I use.
So what I'm hearing is 100% of authenticity. I'm hearing honesty and with a lot of integrity and transparency. That's what I'm hearing, right? I'm hearing to say, listen, I'm not feeding you all the bluff. This is what it is. The brother's literally quoting and giving you websites or places so you can go back and do your own due diligence versus partial of the information.
Yep.
The program. I know we touched on it. I don't know how in depth we got with it. The program you offer, it's pretty much it's a process. It's like I said, no quick scheme overnight.
Nope.
And again, I don't want to talk about numbers. I think I'll have you do that, or they do that during the consultation. I'm not sure how that works. But would it touch on the program a little bit, and like clearly you highlighted all the great features of it. But yeah, just touch on the programs.
Yes. So we have two sides to the program. We have a one-on-one side where we simply do all the work for you, right? Then we have a DIY side where you can simply log in and you can be able to do everything. So I give you my entire process, and I simply say, hey, Mike, here's how to read a credit report. Here's all the letters that I'm using, right? So the difference between the two is one-on-one side, we're doing the work for you. The DIY side is simply for people that feel as though, yes, I can do this. I just need a little hand holding, and then you log into the online academy, and then from there you just mail out your own letters, and then from there you will just simply do all your tracking. On the one-on side, we're doing all the heavy lifting for you. We're sending out the letters. We're helping you negotiate with the collection agency. Okay. We have a team, a client success managers that simply checking in with you. Hey, Mike, how are we doing with the game plan? We're also giving you a game plan. And that's another thing too, is a lot of these credit repair companies, they're simply just do dispute, but they don't educate you. They don't teach you about how to build the credit. Right. So that's another side of the one-on-one side. So on a monthly basis, I'm going to give you different tasks, different homework assignment. Hey, Mike, these are the things I need you to do. Because I can go in there and remove all the negative items. Then what? If I remove all the negative items, then if there's no credit education or no credit building, your score is not going to go anywhere. If there's no credit education, right? 6 months from now, you're going to be right back into my program because I didn't educate you on the different things to do moving forward to maintain a healthy credit score.
Quick commercial break. If you're interested in a career in real estate, or you're a seasoned vet, and you might want to change, new environment, you don't like the atmosphere you're in, the Headley Group Realty could be there to assist you with your career. What do we offer? Great culture, great environment, leads, and an awesome commission structure. Let us be there to support your business. One thing, you got to be in the state of North Carolina. Let's get back to the show.
Brother, like I said, I'm getting just a wealth of information just talking to you right now. And again, I'm not nowhere near as expert as you are, but it definitely, you know what you're talking about. Yeah. and I don't hear the sales pitch in there, right? I hear you paying a customer, you're paying for a service, and I'm delivering you a high value response from that, right? So like I said, again, kudos to you on that. The business part of it, and how long you been doing this now?
8 years.
8 years.
July 18th made it 8 years.
Okay, 8 years. So that means you work with an awful lot of clients and you got a ton of experience at it. Susie, sitting right now in Wisconsin, so I'm watching the show saying, I want to do credit. I want to get in this field. What advice would you give her? Or Sean sitting in Virginia?
Okay, so now you said when they want to do credit, what, as far as starting their own credit repair?
Well, they want to do credit repair. They want to do what you're doing. They seen the show and they said, we see what Varney's doing. We want to do exactly that. And again, they can't probably follow exactly in your footsteps. So what suggestions, advice would you give them?
Oh man, that's another thing too is, and I'm real open about this. I'm real open about this when it comes down to the credit repair process or getting into the industry. I'm open to, if anybody want to learn about it, man. I'm pretty sure Mike will probably put my calendar link in there. Simply just book a call with me. book a call with me, and I'll do a consultation, not even a consultation. I will give you exactly everything that I'm doing. I'll give it to you here. These are the steps, these are licenses that you have to get. This is how you get bonded. This is how you can be able to, this is the software that you use. Here's how you can, different educational pieces. And I'm pretty sure there's people out there charging you thousands and thousands of dollars for that. But I just have a passion for it. People that's looking to help other people by me, helping somebody else to get their business up and running. We can be able to reach more people as well.
Mm-mm. You see what the brother said? The brother said, I'm willing to provide and give you. You can reach out to me. You see, and you don't get that, right? You have, we talked about the other side, whereas though you get a phone call, you speak to them for 2 minutes, and they said you need to book a call. It's going to be $500. This brother's been very open, very open. So please, audience, take advantage of that. I would say let me ask you something here for the viewers. Is there, and again, don't want to discount your services, but say if they, is it a discount code or something, somebody watching the show that might want to be a part of it, or are you doing something like that, or you're not?
No. Okay. So here's what I can do. I didn't have an offer in mind and everything. I actually have a book.
I put the brother on the spot. My bad.
Yeah. So I have a book.
Okay.
I have a book on Amazon that I wrote 2 years ago. Right?
Okay.
So if anybody is willing to, want to take me up on that, if they can purchase my book a call with me to show them the confirmation that you bought the book, and also if you leave me a review too, then doing a consultation, you're just simply providing that information. I'll be able to take $100 off your enrollment fee.
You hear that? You hear that, peoples? Now, again, we're going to hold the brother to it now. We're going to hold him to it now. Now, tell him, now, what's the name of that book?
The name of this book is The Not So Secret Guide to Boost Your Credit Score. Matter of fact, I got a copy of it right here. Give me one second.
Okay, show us that. You see, audience, I'm taking care of y'all. We get these people on the show to give you education value. There we go.
You guys can see it, Mike?
I see it. Back it up slowly. You got your ring light. Okay, Boost your credit score. That's beautiful. Got you. We're gonna highlight it in the show. We're gonna put a feature on there. Nice. We see that.
All right. Yeah. So if you guys can buy the book, it's on Amazon, and then that way you guys book a call with me, and during the call, you're simply just show me your confirmation, and I'll take $100 off your enrollment fee.
Let me tell you something, Varney, man. You have enlightened us when it comes to this credit, personal business credit repair. You have educated. You literally gave us your process without kind of diving in too deep about how this process, how the things work. Brother, we as we head towards wrapping things up with the show, all right, and we're gonna ask you a few things. The first thing I'm gonna ask you is there a question you wish I would have asked that you would love to answer?
I think you're reading my mind, Mike. Yeah, so the question I wish you would have asked is simply, what are some credit myths that's out there?
Okay.
Right? What are some credit myths? And I'll just like to highlight a few of those. And again, once we go online now, everybody's giving you credit advice and so on and so forth. One of the credit myths that's out there, I think, that said, hey, if you pay your credit card 3 times a month, it reports 3 times to the credit bureaus. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely false, right? You want to make sure you guys remember this one. With your revolving credit, which is your credit cards, you want to make sure so there's 2 dates I want you guys to remember: your statement date and your statement date and your due date. Your statement date, which is also called your reporting date, statement date, they call it something else. But this is the most important date, your statement date or your reporting date, which you can find in your statement. Okay, so you want to make sure your balance is paid off by the statement date, or your utilization is under 10% by the statement date, because whatever balance you have by the statement date on your credit card is what the credit bureaus will use to calculate your credit score. Whatever balance you have by the due date is what the banks would use to calculate how much interest you're going to pay. Right? So a lot of people will simply wait until their due date to pay off the credit cards or to pay down the balance, right? Which is too late. And that due date is usually after the statement reporting date. Okay, so if you wait until the due date, the banks already send off the information to the credit bureaus. The credit bureaus already calculated your scores. And now that's a lot of reason why people are like, hey, well, I'm paying off my balance every month. Why my score's not moving there anywhere? Why is my scores going up and down? Because you're paying it off by the due date, which is wrong. Okay. Another one is simply for you to be able to find the statement. They simply contact your bank, Capital One, Discover, whoever it is. Just ask them, hey, what day of the month do you guys report to the credit bureaus? If they say we report to the credit bureaus on the 15th, make sure by the 13th and the 14th your utilization is low, and just make sure by the due date the balance is paid off. Now you don't have to worry about paying any interest.
Brother, I love that. I love that right there. I mean, you, like I said, you gave us probably some good nuggets out of that book.
Yeah.
Again, you literally just gave us some, but we ask every guest to go to nuggets.
It might want just one last.
I'm sorry.
Go
ahead.
Another myth too is a lot of people think like, hey, I'm paying my credit card balance to 30%, which is false. The sweet spot you want to make sure you're paying off your credit card balance is under 10%, and it's between 1 to 7%. So let's just do it on a gray scale. 30% is a C, which you're leaving a lot of points on the table. But if you can get it under that 10%, between that 1 to 7%, it's more like an A plus.
Okay.
So simply just that small, just simply making that shift right there, most people can see their scores increase about 40 to 60 points.
Wow. Well, brother, see, like I said, good stuff. We come running low on time. If you can, give me 2 golden nuggets, whether it be a book, a scripture, a quote. Give it to the audience. Go ahead and go.
Got it. Perfect. And one of the nuggets that I got is actually I got it this weekend from you, right? When we was talking to the line, was talking just simply by mindset on how to be able to get to the next level. We're talking about the different speaker, and that thing stuck with me, Mike. I'm not just saying this because I'm on your show.
Okay.
And you was telling me and James, you said simply 90% of this thing is mindset. So a lot of people overthink it, like, oh, what do I have to do? What is this? Well, I have to figure out the right thing. I have to get the right stuff. And you said 90% of this process, or you get to the next level, it starts with your mindset. And that's what I'm going to leave with the audience. 90% of you guys get to the next level where you reaching different things that you want to do. It starts with your mindset.
That's right, brother. Oh man, let me tell you something, Varney, man. You really, thank you for being a part of the show. And we want to give a shout to Varney, like I said, with Total Structure Credit Solutions. Again, we're going to have all your links and everything once we send everything out to you. Audience, support this brother, support his book. He's doing some wonderful things. And again, thank you, brother, for being on the Headley Group Real Estate Show. You are an alumni of the show.
I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you. And we'll see you all next time at Headley Group Real Estate Show.
Hey gang, I hope you really enjoyed that show. Our guests provide us some great tips and insight, and please support them on all social media platforms. And while I'm saying that, support us on all social media platforms, and don't forget, watch the entire video on YouTube. We'll see you next time.